Many of you will have remember the show I Love Lucy. And Lucy always got herself into trouble. And her husband would always say to her, "Lucy, you got some splaining to do." So what we're trying to do here today is do some splaining. So hopefully the congregation can understand what the issues are with this boiler. Currently we're in the West Hall, right beside the men's washroom in the basement. And this is where the catastrophic failure occurred. I received a call, I think it was on a Saturday night, saying that this wall was hot and that the ceiling in the men's bathroom was collapsing because the steam went through the ground, went up through the cement block wall and condensated into in the ceiling tiles in the men's washroom. This pipe here is representative of all the pipes that were in the ground, and it shows the catastrophic failure that we had in 2016. So we had to cut out the concrete, put in new pipes, and then insulate them so that they would not deteriorate like this. This pipe in my left hand was a sample of a pipe that was in the ground under the cement, and this pipe in my right hand is a pipe that was in the boiler room that was outside of the ground. These are the checks that happen daily, so we record it so that we know that they've been done. All the staff at First Mennonite know how to go through this process. It takes just several minutes. And then at the once a week, Dave Fry and myself would check the chemicals. We also check the water to make sure that it's properly softened. Since 2016, we know that the chemical balance in the system has been in the proper range. And further evidence to support that is the new section that we installed in 2016 is pristinely clean. So that tells us for the last 4 years, things have been in balance the way they should be. This fall, when we started up the boiler, we noticed that there was a leak in one of the sections, and we decided we would order one set of gaskets to replace that section. So I shut the boiler off. The next weekend, I turned the boiler on, and I found another leak. So I had Gas Logics come in again, and we determined that we now have to replace all the gaskets. So when they took the boiler apart, they realized that they would not put it back together again because they could not guarantee that we wouldn't have other leaks this winter. So here we are. We now have to decide what we're going to do. And the reason we have this style of boiler that comes in sections is because we cannot get a one-piece boiler, which would be, of course, the Cadillac version, in here because we only have a narrow door to get it in and a narrow hallway to bring it down. This section of the boiler was replaced in 2016 because one of these ears that bolt of this boiler together cracked and broke. So when we replaced that section, we also replaced the gaskets. And here's a picture of one of these gaskets. Now, if you'll notice, the big problem, the reason Gas Logics will not put this back together is if you look at this face, this is how the gasket sits, and you will see on this face here, you see how deteriorated this is, and so steam then bypasses the gasket, and now this is garbage because of that. Now we're trying to decide what we're going to do in the future. As property management team and the leadership team, we take this very seriously. We don't want to squander the money, but we also recognize we have a big decision to make in the near future as to what kind of heating system we will have and where we go from here.